السلام عليكم.
Wa alaikum assalam, bro. How are you?
Yo,
How was your day today? Did you do anything special or just stayed home playing games,
just stay
watching
home.
something?
No, I'm just stay home.
I mean, since morning, what did you do? Did you solve any math questions? No. Bro, last time you asked me to study about transformation. Do you have your worksheet or questions or any homework with you right now?
Yes.
Okay. You can get this. I'm going to show you some examples. Okay. If we have time, I'll get back to our topic. I mean, the linear equations. If not, I'll finish the class here. ABROR, actually, we have four transformations that you learn at this age, eighth grades. What are they? Number one, translation, right? Number
Mm-hmm.
two, reflection. Number
Reflection,
three,
rotation,
dilation. And number four,
rotation.
rotation. Okay, that's it. And usually at school, you learn how to transform figures in a coordinate plane. Okay. And now let's start with first translation. What does translation mean? Translation means sliding a figure, right, to the right or to the left or up or down, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to do this one, what do we do here? And just simple formula, if you're given a point, suppose that let me just label this point by P, and every point has coordinates. Suppose that I'm going to transform and translate this point, okay? If I want to translate A units, if it is positive, you're shifting to the right. If it is negative, to the left, okay? So this with the image, we just actually label this by P prime. If we are using this X plus A and the Y plus B. If A is positive, you're shifting to the right, negative to the left, because positive means to the right, negative to the left, right? And how about the y-axis? If it is, for example, positive up or negative down, right? For example, let me just show you one question. Suppose that we are given, let me write here, second. I'll share one question. For example, okay. All right. For example, suppose that we are given a triangle. What triangle? Tell me the coordinates are, let's say the first point is here, the second point is here, and the third point is here. Okay. Now this is a triangle. All right. Now, what are the coordinates of A?
That's -7, 4.
Okay. Let me just write here. So coordinates of A, right? It is negative 7 and
-7, 4.
negative 7 and 4. And how about the coordinates of B?
-6, 1.
Negative 6 and 1. And coordinates of C?
-2, 3.
Negative 2 and 3, right? And suppose that I want to shift this 5 units to the right and 2 units down. So that means that 5 units to the right, A is plus 5, and 2 units down, that is B minus 2, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm going to write the coordinates. Okay, you can just move this, but how about with coordinates? How do you do that? And let me just change the color here. So its coordinates will be here A prime, B prime, and C prime, right? Shifting 5
Mm-hmm.
units to the right, I need to add 5 to X coordinates. So what is negative 7 plus 5? It is negative 2. Negative 6 plus 5, it is negative 1. And negative 2 plus 5, it is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And shifting down negative 2, so 4 minus 2, it is 2. And 1 minus 2, negative 1. And 3 minus 2, it is 1. And now if you plot these points, okay, I will start again. All right. So first, negative 2, 2. Where is negative 2, 2? Is here, right? So that's point
Mm-hmm.
A, right? And
Okay.
negative 1, 1, negative 1, and 1, right? Negative 1 and minus 1, it is here. And 3, 1, 3, 1, it is here, right? And now if
This
I connect
triangle.
these points, so that will be our, what is
Triangle.
it, new triangle. Okay, let me connect this. All right. So now let me just change this. Okay. All right. Label, it should be, what is it? A prime, right? And right here, A prime, because that is image of A. And how about this one? That is B prime, right? Or the C.
Mm.
It is C prime, right? And this one is D prime, B prime. Okay. So now what students don't understand here is, ABROR, how to describe this. So what is this? It's a translation, right? The transformation. What kind of transformation is it? Translation with the vector. What vector is it? 5, negative 2. What does 5 means? That 5 means a shifting 5 units to the right and 2 units down. Do you have any question? I can show you one here. You are doing the same thing, is exactly the same thing on the what is it, in your graph paper. Do you have any
Yes.
question?
No.
Well, last time you said you have questions on the paper.
No. No.
Okay.
Okay.
I can show you another example. Suppose that now we are given, for example, let's say pentagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you study everything like translation? Did you also study reflection?
Yes.
Okay. And how about reflection about the x-axis? All right. So let me just show you one question. Reflection about the x-axis. Let me just delete this. I think you don't need any more. Okay. Okay. Reflections about the x-axis and y-axis, right? Reflection in the x-axis. xy becomes x minus y. Why is it so? So reflection about the x-axis means that if you are given a point here, right? Suppose its coordinates, let's say it is x and y. And now reflecting about the x-axis, this one is x-axis. So when you just fold this, they need to overlap each other perfectly. So its image under reflection over the x-axis will be, it is p prime. As you see, x coordinate is not changing. Only y coordinate is changing, but the same distance. So it will be negative y. Okay, just you need to multiply y coordinates by negative, right? Like for example, I show you another example. Suppose that um, let's keep it here. Okay. Suppose that we are given, for example, what is it? Pentagon. I have a lot of questions, but I thought you have questions. That's why I have a lot of questions. Like suppose that we are given a pentagon, let's say quadrilateral. Okay. Point one is here. Okay. Point B is here. Another point is, let's say this here. Okay. Another point is, let's say this here. No, not here. Let's say this here. Or, okay. Here and here. All right. Another question. Let me ask you the question like this. First, graph and draw your polygon. Second one is reflect this about the over the x-axis and write the coordinates of the image of this figure under reflection over the x-axis. What do we do here? Again, first, let me just write the coordinates. So here we are given A, right? Here we have A and B and C and D. What are the coordinates of A, ABROR?
-4 and 2.
-4 and 2. And how about the coordinates of B?
-2, 5.
-2, 5. C?
5, 4.
5, 4. And D?
1, 1.
1, 1. And now we know the reflection formula about the x-axis, right? What is the reflection formula about the x-axis? Let me just write like this. If it is xy, right, is a reflection becomes, let me just write here, prime, it will be x minus y. Only you need to multiply y coordinates by negative. So let me just write, it is coordinates. So here we have its image, this ABC, this pre-image, right? Its image will be, usually we use prime, A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. What is A prime? A prime is the image of A under the reflection over the x-axis. This is how we express. A lot of students, they don't know how to express. That's the problem here. What is A prime? It is the image of A under reflection over the x-axis. So just I need to multiply y-axis by -1. It will be -4, -2. So this will be -2, -5. This will be 5, -4. So this will be 1, -1. Now, if I just going to draw this, I will start with, again, I start with A prime, right? What is A prime? A prime
-4,
is
-2.
-4 to -2, right? So -4,
Mm.
-2, I start here. And after that, -2, -5. So -2, -5, it is here. And 5 minus 4, 5 minus 4, it is here. And 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, it is here. You see, that is a reflection of this figure about the x-axis. What does it mean? It means that if you fold this about the x-axis, they overlap each other perfectly. Again, you see, you should actually be good in with working integers and the algebra expressions. And just you have to know the idea, and after that, again, you're working with adding, subtracting, writing the coordinates. Okay.
Okay.
And that's why if you just draw this, if you just slide this to the left, that means it's changing the x coordinates. You see that something is moving from left to right or right to left. Okay. Now another one is, ABROR, how about reflection about the y-axis?
Mm.
You remember that? Reflection about the y-axis, xy becomes -x next y. Why? Because here, again, if this one is our coordinate system, right? Suppose that we are given a point, let me change the color here. So suppose it's a point, let's say again it's point P. Coordinates are x and y. If you reflect this about the y-axis, right, its reflection will be somewhere here. So these are equidistant from y-axis. So if this x coordinate is x, so this should be -x, right?
Mhm.
So then what are the coordinates of this P prime? It will be -x and y is not changing. So that means that if you're given a point, if you just multiply its x coordinates by -1, it will be reflected about the y-axis. Okay, like for example, let's do one example here. Let me explain this. Okay, now this what is it? GeoGebra is really useful tool to understand this. All tools are here. Here we have reflection, angle bisector, and everything. I don't need it right now, but we can just use these parts. Okay. All right. Now, ABROR, let's draw one figure. Okay, we are going to reflect this about the y-axis. What is that? Let's say trapezium, some kind of trapezium or quadrilateral. Let's say this one is A, so this is B. Okay, This one is C, and let's say uh, this one is D. Okay, okay. So now we are going to reflect this about the y-axis, Abra. Before this, because you need to show this, you show your work, right? Let's write the coordinates of the vertices of this shape. Here we have A, and here we have B, and here we have C and D. Abra, tell me the coordinates of A.
3, 2.
2, 3, right?
Yes.
2, 3. B,
5, 4. 5, 5.
5, 5. C,
9, -4.
9, -4. D,
-2, -5.
-2, -5, 5. So what are we going to do here? We are asked to write the coordinates of the reflection of this figure about or over the y-axis. That's the question. Okay, we should understand the question well. To do this one, I'm going to use that formula. What is that? If you're given a point, x and y, you are reflecting this about the y-axis. So just we need to multiply x coordinates by -1. So if you do so, uh, okay. So this will be a prime, right? It will be -2 and 3. And b prime,
-5, 5.
c prime,
-9, 4. -4.
-4, d prime,
-2, -5.
2 and -5, right?
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Multiply this. So now I'm just going to draw again. All right. So polygon. First, let's start with a prime. -2, 3, -2, 3, this here. And -5, 5. -5 and 5, it is here. And -9, -4. -9, -4, it is here, right? And -5, wait. -2, 3, okay. -5, 5, all right. -9, -4. Oh, this should be -9, right? -9 and -4. Okay. Let me restart. Okay, this one. Let me delete this. I need to delete this. What is it? Delete. It was here. Okay. All right. Okay, let's redo this. -2, 3, -2, 3. It is here, right? Okay. -5, 5, -5 and 5. It is here. -9, -4, -9, -4. It is here. And 2, -5, and 2, -5. It is here, right? And we just combine and then connect this. So that is a reflection of this figure about the y-axis. If you're given the coordinates to reflect a figure about the y-axis, you need to multiply x coordinates by -1.
Okay.
Okay? And now let's do
Mm-hmm.
one question for reflection. Rotation. Do you remember any rotation formula, Abro? Rotation like
Oh,
90 degrees, and let me erase them. Okay. All right. Rotations about the origin, like no rotation 90 degrees.
yeah, the clockwise.
Yeah, clockwise or anti-clockwise. You should understand only one thing, Abror. After that, you're just doing this repeatedly, right? For example, just one thing is, if you are given a figure, let me just show here, okay? Suppose that this angle is 90 degrees. anti-clockwise, okay? So this point is, let's say this P, its coordinates are X and Y. So what will be the coordinates of this point, P prime? You see clockwise and counterclockwise, right? This one is counterclockwise. It will be negative Y and X. Actually, if you just understand this, that's enough for you because 180 means that 290 degrees, right? And 270 means that 390 degrees, right?
Okay.
Or uh, 90 degrees clockwise means that, actually you're just rotating three times because look, what I'm trying to say here is, Abror, if you rotate anti-clockwise degrees 90, 90, and 90, right? It is the same thing as 190 degrees clockwise. So this one is one clockwise, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now let's start with only one thing. Okay. Then after that, you'll practice the other one. Like, for example, suppose that we are given and tell me any shape, the name of one figure will rotate this 90 degrees about the origin. Tell me one figure, trapezium, parallelogram, or circle, or something. Tell me. What do you want to, what actual figure do you want to rotate? Let's say some kind of heart shape. Okay. Like, for example,
Triangle.
let's say is given here. All right. Uh, this, this, and this. Okay. And this one, this. Okay. So I want to rotate this 90 degrees clockwise, anti-clockwise. The first above we need to write is coordinates. And after that, I will apply. So let me just write here P, right? So this X, Y becomes, let me just write here, 90 degrees, okay, clockwise, anti-clockwise. So that will be, what is it, P prime, negative Y, and X. You should know the formula, otherwise you cannot solve this. So now let's write the coordinates first. Here we have A and B, C, D. That's it. Abraham, tell me, what are the coordinates of A?
6, 2,
6, 2. B,
4, 3,
4, 3. C,
6, -2.
it's not, it should be, I think, okay. All right, I'll change this, okay? It should be, let's say, 6, -2, 6, -2, and D,
9, 3.
9, 3. So now, Abraham, can you tell me new coordinates after rotation of 90 degrees anti-clockwise using that formula? What is A prime?
-6, 2. And
Negative,
-6.
negative 2, 6.
Wait. Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Negative 2, 6. B prime?
-3, 4.
Negative 3, 4. C prime?
Negative, 2, -6.
No, 2, 6.
To 6, yes.
We just flip and multiply x coordinate, right? And the
Uh-huh.
D,
-3, 9.
negative 3 and 9. And that's it. This one is the algebraic part. Can you apply the formula or not? That we are studying right now with you in fundamental algebra. We call this manipulation of algebraic expressions. Can you multiply? Can you add something? Can you interchange? Can you evaluate? These are all algebra. So let's start now. A prime. A prime is negative 2, 6. Negative 2 and 6, it is here.
Mm.
And negative 3, 4, negative 3, 4, it is here. And 2, 6, it is here. 2, 6, it is here. Negative 3, 9. Negative 3 and 9. Okay. All right. All right. I think I couldn't see this. Let's do it again. Negative 2, 6. Here. Negative 3, 4. Negative 3, 4 is here. 2, 6. 2, 6. It is here. Negative 3, 9. Negative 3, 9. It is here. 4, 3. Negative 3, 4. Okay. 6, 2. 2, 6. 2, 6. All right. And 9, 3. Negative 3, 9. Negative 3, 9. Oh, it should be here, right? This should be here. Bro, I need your help. How can I just pull this down? Okay. All right, I just need like this. Okay, now I can see that. 9. Okay. All right, Abror, let's do it one more time, okay? Because we didn't label this. So Abror, negative 2, 6. Negative 2, 6 is here, right? That's A. Okay.
Mm.
And that's A prime. Negative 3, 4. Negative 3 and 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be negative 3 and 4 here. 2, 6. 2, 6. It is here. Negative 3, 9. Negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And negative 9. 1, 2, 3. It should be here. Right?
Yes.
So that's how we rotate 90 degrees. And how about, for example, if you rotate this 180 degrees, Abror, what happens here? You see, if you rotate 180 degrees, you should just actually 180 degrees, XY.
Everything
Yes,
negative.
multiply by negative, right? If you multiply by
Mm.
negative, for example, negative 6, negative 2. Negative 6, negative 2. It is here. And negative 4,
Negative
negative
3,
3.
negative 4.
Negative 4, negative 3. It is here. And negative 6, 2. Negative 6, 2. It is here. And the negative 9, negative 3. Negative 9. Trash it again. Negative 6, negative 2. Okay. And the negative 4, negative 3. Here. Negative 6, 2. Here. And negative 9, negative 3. Negative 9. And negative 3. It's here. $180 degrees. Okay, bro.
Okay.
How about dilation? Do you remember the dilation? Enlargement.
Okay. Maybe.
We can show one example since actually we have started now. That's it. And after the just you need to practice. Well, next time we can practice some question in the paper. I just want to show you, the general idea about this. Because the geometry, if you have a question and label this, you can understand really well. All right. So axis, and I need major axis. Okay. For dilation, Abdullah, if you are dilating something, enlarging something, so we just use that xy. We should multiply each coordinate by some scale factor k. So if k is greater than 1, the figure, right, it gets bigger. If it is between 0 and 1, it gets smaller. Like, for example, here, we are in dilation, you need to consider two k's. So here we are, okay, dilating, let's say the point P, and I am transforming this point onto P prime, that's the image, by multiplying each coordinate by some scale factor K. So number one, if K is between 0 and 1, okay, K is 0, 1, 1, the figure, what is it? Reduces. So we have reduction. It gets smaller. And the second one is if K is greater than 1, then it gets larger. We call this enlargement. That's it, that's the idea. Like, for example, suppose that we are given one figure, and let me just draw one triangle. Let's say um, triangle or star. Okay, let me just draw one triangle. It is, let's say it is this, and let's say this is, and this. Okay, so that's a triangle. Okay, so let's write the coordinates of this triangle first, and after that we will enlarge and reduce. So what are the coordinates of A?
1 and 3.
1 and 3. Coordinates of B?
1 and 2. 5 and
5,
2.
2. And coordinates of C?
2, 1.
2, 1. Okay. Suppose that you want to construct a triangle which is 1.5, okay, times greater than this, but it's similar to this, having the same shape. Or let's say this 2. Let's say scale factor is 2. At that time, what do we have here? So I should multiply each coordinates by 2. So 1 times 2, it is 2. 3 times 2, it is 6. And 2 times 5, it is 10. 2 times 2, it is 4. And 2 times 2, it is 4. It is 2. The good thing about coordinate geometry, if you're just given coordinate points, you can plot the what is it? The image, right? The verse of the image. You will see a very accurate copy of this figure, which is bigger or smaller. Okay, I'm just going to do this. All right, and I just need this part. Okay. So now let's go pull out these points. A prime. Abdullah, what is it? A prime? 2, 6. 2 and 6. It is here. Second, B prime. 10, 4. 10 and 4. It is here. C. 2, 1. 4, 2. 4, 2. It is here. You see, this figure is twice as big as this. And now if you just draw a line, for example, what is that? Passes through the origin, okay? You see? I draw another line here. I say another line. Now, what is interesting here? If you take the ratio here, what ratio is it? Like, uh, maybe I can change this. If you take this ratio, 0, O, and D prime, okay, or just OD, I can write A prime. Okay, let me just write A prime over OA. You will see that that's equal to 2. And O B prime over OB, that's also equal to 2. O C prime over OC, also that's equal to 2, which is a scale factor. So that means that each side of this new triangle, which is called image, right, is twice as big as the original figure, which is pre-image. And this is how they actually draw, the similar things. For example, if you draw your picture, Abdullah, you can, ABROR, try this, draw one picture, and just change the coordinates. You will see similar figure, bigger than that.
Okay.
Like, for example, you can make a kind of robots, okay, and plot the points. And after just changing the coordinates, you can make exactly the same robot, but it's bigger.
Okay.
Just for fun, if you have a laptop, you can try this. Um, like first you draw a small head, right? Small head is, let's say this here. And after this, maybe I need to write here heads. I put it here. Okay. And after you can draw something and just change the coordinates. If I show you now, it's going to take a bit of time. You can take one picture from the internet, plot this, and after that, do it with hand. You want to enlarge this or rotate this, reflect this, just four things. Do it in GeoGebra. You'll get really good idea about this concept, ABROR. Okay. ABROR, if you're not sure, let me know. I can prepare some questions, 10, 15. Next time we can do this on a paper. Like, for example, what I mean here is, let's say, because at school, I think most probably you have to do this in a paper, right? Translation, for example. Read the question.
Graph G K L
JKL,
GKL with vertical G negative 3
vertices.
vertices G negative 3 4 K 1 3 and L negative 4 1. The images of GKL after a translation, uh, 2 units right and 5 units down. Write the coordinate of the vertices.
It's vertices. So to understand this, well, you have to do the questions because you're a student, they're going to ask a question like this. So with hand, how do you do that, Abraham? First, vertices, right? Negative 3, 4. Negative 3, 4, it is here, right? So I label this, it is J. And 1, 3, 1, 3 is here. So this one is K. And L, negative 4, 1, negative 4, 1, it is here, right? And now I draw this a triangle. It's a triangle, so I need to connect this, put your ruler, and connect this. Put your ruler and connect this. And connect this. Okay, that's our figure. And now next thing, we have to translate, right? 2 units right, that is actually plus 2. 5 units down, that's negative 5. And what is a formula of translation? If it is xy, right? So that means t prime will be x plus a and y plus b. So now the coordinates, let me just write here JKL. So here we have J, and here we have K, and here we have L. Coordinates are negative 3 and 4, and K 1 and 3, and L negative 4 and 1, right? And now, how about their image? Image will be J prime, K prime, and L prime. First, we should add 2 to the x coordinates, right? Negative 3 plus 2, it is negative 1. 1 plus 2, it is 3. Negative 4 plus 2, it is negative 2. And y coordinate, minus 5. 4 minus 5, it is negative 1. 3 minus 5, negative 2. 1 minus 5, it is negative 4. So now I am going to, what is this? Plot these points. Negative 1, negative 1. So negative 1, negative 1, it is here. That is J prime, right? And 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2 here, it is K prime. L prime, negative 2, 4, negative 2, negative 4, it is here. That is L prime. If you're doing on the graph paper. And after that, I need to connect this. This one is LK and JK, and this one is LK. This is the image of this point under translation with the vector 2, -5, or 2, -5. Okay, so we shifted 2 units to the right and 5 units down. To understand it,
Okay.
you should do the question, because otherwise you may have idea, but you may not understand the question. The questions are similar. For example, let's say, next question, read the question.
Triangle AN
XYZ.
XYZ has vertices -1, -2, y6, -3, and z2, -5. Determine the vertices A of ABC
A prime,
prime
B prime, C prime.
after a translation of 2 units left and 1 unit up.
Okay, that's why you need to practice this representation. A lot of students, they can do that, but they don't know how to express. Determine the vertices of triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Okay, last, if you start with X, -1, -2, so -1, -2 is here. So that is X. And what is Y? 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3, it is here. It is Y. And how about the coordinates of Z? 2 minus 5, right? 2 minus 5, it is here, Z. And now you can put your ruler and connect these points to get the triangle. Okay. And now what is that? It says 2 units left, 1 unit up. That is -2 plus 1. Right? So what is the algebraic expression for this? If our point is xy, so you are applying this translation. P prime will be x minus 2, y plus 1. That is the algebraic description of this translation. And now let's just write these points. Here we have x, and here we have y, here we have z, right? -1, -2, 6 minus 3, and 2 minus 5. ABROR, tell me the image, the coordinates of the image of these points under this translation. X prime, Y prime, Z prime. What are the coordinates of X prime?
-3,
-3,
-1,
-1. Next,
uh, 4,
4,
and that's -2,
-2. Z, Z prime,
0,
0,
uh, -4.
-4. That's it. But you should do this. When you do it with hand, ABROR, you understand, well, intuition. -1, -2. So it is here. -1, -2, right? No. Sorry. -3, -1. -3, -1, it is here. X prime. And 4, -2, 4, -2, it is here. And 0, -4, it is here. And now if you just connect these points, you will get the translation of this figure of 2 units to the left and 1 unit up. So this one is Z prime, X prime, Y prime. So as a student, what you're expected is, ABROR, do you know how to write new coordinates, number 1? Do you know how to plot these points, number 2? And number 3, can you express this transformation? What is it? Can you say that it is a translation of 2 units to the left, 1 unit up? Can you do that? If you can do that, means that you mastered that skill. That's what you have to know. Now, if it's a reflection, you should say that, for example, P prime is the image of P under reflection over the x-axis. So Q prime is the image of point Q under reflection over the y-axis. P prime is the image of P, right, about the origin under rotation of 90 degrees counterclockwise, for example. But can you express this? Can you write it down? That's what actually uh, the school requires from the students, that you should know how to plot and how to express this. Okay, Abrar. Any questions?
Hmm? No.
This GeoGebra. Okay, you need to open an account and do this. Abrar, 5 minutes, we'll practice and finish the class, okay? From our previous class, at least remember what we have learned. Otherwise, you may forget. So what did we study last time? You remember? Abrar?
Hmm?
What did we learn last class? You remember yesterday?
Last class?
Yesterday.
Uh, the yes expression.
Distributive property and simplifying algebraic expressions, right?
Yes.
Let's practice some questions. Okay, I will then finish the class. Today is 21. I
Yeah,
will.
I know this. That's so easy.
Huh?
I learned this in sixth grade
Mhm.
and seventh
Six,
grade.
six grades abroad, you actually learn some basic stuff. In seventh grade, you learn this a bit deeper. Eighth grade, also deeper. And next year, you will take algebra one. You are taking grade eight math, right? Right. Are you taking eighth grade math or algebra one at school?
Eighth grade math.
Eighth grade math. After eighth grade math, you will take algebra one. Again, you'll see similar things, but actually you need to learn deeper. It's a bit more advanced. And when you go to 10th grade, you will see this again, similar things.
This one.
Hmm?
I see this one.
Yeah, this distributive property and factorization, solving linear equation, every time you will see this. But a bit deeper, it's more complicated.
Yo, it's so easy.
When you go to a college, easy. Then why you make a mistake then when it distributes? Okay, if
I
it is easy in 5 minutes, if you can solve 20 questions, that means it is easy. Okay, let's see. Let's start. All right. But you should do as fast as possible. In 5 minutes, can we do 20 questions? Okay, simple. Let's simplify with the start with the example. 7x plus 3 minus 5x plus 8 plus 4x minus 1 equals what? 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
wait. Hey,
Wait.
yo, wait. 2x
No.
and y. No, wait,
6x.
wait. 6x, yes. 3 minus negative 2. That's 6
Plus
plus
10.
6 plus 10.
You
Yes.
should be fast. Learning means that understanding means that you can do this fast.
I'm
Just
good with calculator.
no, we should do without using a calculator. Every time we cannot use a calculator.
We're using calculator.
I'm teaching you how to do this without using a calculator. Let your brain work. Because we are learning this to practice thinking abroad, not to get the answer. Let's do it. Okay, come on. Now try to do it fast. Okay, question one,
9x.
9x. Question two,
Mm-hmm.
you see, you are thinking. You should
Wait, wait,
you
wait.
should be
Negative 1, 1.
negative a
What?
minus a, right?
That's
Because
negative
that's equal
1.
to minus 1 times a, and 1 times a is just a, so it's negative a.
Yes.
Next,
Negative 4,
no, what is 7m minus 5m?
2.
2m,
What? Fine.
right? Next,
Let's start. 9.
what?
Oh, no, 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 that's 9, 9. That's 14.
What is the answer?
14.
No, the answer is negative 6w plus 14. You should say negative 6w plus 14.
Um,
You see, just knowing is not enough. You should know how to express correctly mathematically. Question 5.
negative 2
I
p.
want you to be
Well,
fast. I'm not teaching a new concept. I want you to think fast, to do the questions fast. That's why we have to practice again so that you have more self-confidence. Every time if you think, you actually learn things really slow. Why am I doing this again? So when you look at this, when I say 5 plus 6, you should say immediately 11. If you're thinking, okay, 5 plus 6 after 10 seconds, 10 seconds is really, really important. So you should answer like this: 7p minus 9p, negative 2p, negative 1 plus 5 is plus 4. That's it. Can you answer like this? Next, 5h plus 7h,
negative 1.
12h.
What is it? Yes, 12.
Negative 6 minus 8,
Negative 6 minus 8.
yes,
Negative 4.
14.
14.
Negative
Yes.
14. Next, 5x minus x plus 3x.
X minus X. Mhm. 8.
7x.
7x. Yes.
7y
Next.
plus 2y,
7 plus 2. That's 9.
9y. Next,
Yes.
26a minus 4a.
What?
26a minus 4a.
That's 19.
22a.
Yes, 22.
Then why are I saying 19 then?
No, no, no. I said 22.
2b plus 10b,
That's 12.
12b. You should be able to do like this because if you know these things really well, then we can learn other stuff fast. But you know this, but if you don't practice, okay. Next, 5x squared plus 7x squared. Four more questions. I'll finish the class. Okay, ABROR. Four more questions. 5x squared plus 7x squared.
10x 14. No, no,
What?
no. 49. 49.
What?
Wait, 25x?
No, no. 5x squared plus 7x squared is what?
I don't know.
It is 12x squared. We just add the coefficient.
Uh,
And you are going to use this in every grade, not only sixth grade. Even you go to 11th grade, you will use this. 12th grade, you will use this. If you don't
okay.
understand very well, every time you make a mistake. Next, what is negative 15 n to the power of 5 plus 4 n to the power of 5?
That's negative 54.
Negative 11
Yes.
n to the power of 5. You
Yes.
should answer like this, not say yes, yes, yes. You should say the Mr. Qasim is negative 11 n to the power of 5. Question 11. You have 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
25.
25,
Uh,
7, 8, 9, 10.
I don't know.
17, 8 minus 7, 1. 1 plus 16, 17. It is 17 c cubed.
Okay.
The last question. Do it. I'll give you 1 minute. Tell me your final answer in standard form.
Okay. Done.
What is it?
6k2
Squared. Not,
minus
we don't say 2. It
square
is squared. Yes.
squared. 6
Squared
minus
minus
6k plus 7.
6k plus 7. Now I can believe that you learned this before. Okay, Abrar.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna put this in the Google Classroom. Okay, try to finish some questions. All right. You should be fast, Abrar. I'm teaching you. I'm not gonna teach you something that you don't know. I'm gonna teach you something you know, but I want to make you better and the best. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Abrar. Let's see if you have a class in the holiday. Maybe we can meet. Otherwise, I will see you after the winter break. Okay. Enjoy your
Mm,
holiday. See you. Bye bye, Abrar. Take care.
bye.